What if I told you you could get paid to make YouTube videos without going viral, without a million subscribers, and without having to become the next Mr. Beast clone? No fancy intros, no hype giveaways, no smash that like button desperation, just you, a camera, and a simple system that lets brands pay you to make content, even if your channel has more tumbleweeds than views. This is the part where I'm supposed to say, start a YouTube channel, grow your brand, make money online. But if you're like me, you've probably tried. You've spent hours learning, planning, watching the other people do it. And somewhere in the scroll, the tutorials, the advice, you got stuck. Trapped in learning, drowning in noise. You want to make videos. Yeah, you want to monetize. But life doesn't wait. You've got a great job, family, real bills. And all the voices telling you this is how you grow, this is the year for you. None of it feels like it actually works. Not for you, at least not right now. But then it hit me. What if the real win isn't trying to go viral? What if it's using your halfway decent skills, your halfway decent setup, to be the face and voice for brands who can't? No subscriber goals, no viral hacks, just real value from your bedroom. That's what I did. I'm talking about becoming an on-camera creator for brands, not a full-time influencer, not a faceless video editor. You're the person brands hire to represent their message as a host, a presenter, and creative collaborator. And here's the wild part, you don't need a following to do it. Back when I dreamed of making it on YouTube, I thought success meant followers, sponsors, viral moments. Turns out that's a very long game, so I took a different path. Instead of chasing the algorithm, I started helping brands create their own YouTube content and got paid to show up on camera, shoot from my own home, and produce polished videos they could use to grow their brands. Let's be honest, this wasn't just about making money. This is about slowly turning into a one-person production crew with a mild lighting obsession and way too many browser tabs open. This path has let me do a couple things. First up, build a sustainable income, also known as quit the kind of job that required khakis and had meetings about meetings.
Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture.
It allowed me to get comfortable on camera, even when I forgot what to say and just smile for 15 seconds, hoping it looks intentional.
But don't frighten the poor girl.
I've also been able to learn set design, lighting, scripting, editing, and camera settings. Basically everything you'd learn in film school, minus the student loans, and plus a lot of Googling why my video is yellow at 2 a.m. Also, and possibly more importantly, I've been able to upgrade my gear over time. Started with a hodgepodge studio setup and ended up explaining aperture to strangers at weddings for no reason.
In layman's terms, it's really pretty simple.
I've been able to create content that actually matters to clients and doesn't just live in your drafts folder waiting for the algorithm gods to bless it. So what being an on-camera creator really looks like? Imagine if brands had a content studio, but instead of hiring a full crew, they just hired you to be the face, the voice, and the brain of their video content. You're the friendly face of the brand, the explainer, the guide, the person who says, hey, here's what this thing does and here's why you should care, without sounding like a weird late night infomercial.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
But don't let the ring light fool you. This isn't just read a script and smile. Most of the time, you're also helping shape the story because the client brief says, make it pop, and that literally means nothing. You're also smoothing the script, fixing awkward lines like our revolutionary tech stack solution empowers tomorrow's agility.
So why don't you explain what that is to this so they can understand? Just explain what that is.
Also directing yourself, framing, lighting, choosing the right shot, and realizing halfway through you left your mic off again and you forgot to hit record on your camera. You also are going to learn to adapt your tone and pretending you know what you're talking about. Sometimes you're not just being on camera, you're becoming whatever the script needs you to be. I've played a data scientist in one project, wore the shirt, said the words, sounded convincing. Still don't fully know what an API gateway does, but I delivered the line like I'd built one from scratch. That's the gig. You're not lying, you're channeling confidence in someone else's voice. Kind of like acting, but with better lighting and fewer costume changes. Or not. It's part host, part creative collaborator, part digital actor who can shoot on a Tuesday with no craft services and a rooster crowing off screen. The best part, you don't need to be TikTok famous or YouTube famous or be monetized on YouTube. You don't need 10,000 followers or subscribers or a trendy niche. You just need a clear camera presence, a basic home setup, and the ability to make a brand sound like a human, not a PDF. So how do you package your offer? Simply, brands don't want complicated. They want consistent, reliable video content. Here's what I usually offer: 3 to 5 long-form videos per month, ranging from 2 to 5 minutes, sometimes more. Shorter vertical cut downs for Reels, TikToks, Shorts. Script support, light editing, or full writing, cue ChatGPT for help. Thumbnail designs or branded assets or Canva templates. I even provide strategy calls as needed. Don't send over 10-page pricing PDFs, just make it easy to say yes. And if you're not sure how to do that, I made a 1-pager, really 10-pager. It's just a lot of information. And I've called it the Creator Face Framework to help you package your skills clearly. Link is in the description, and more about that at the end. Let's talk systems, because juggling client videos can get messy fast. Here's how I keep things flowing without losing my mind. Otter AI transcribes and summarizes client calls so I don't miss anything, and I have all of my actionable items listed for me in an email after the call. Also, I've considered using voice AI tools to automate lead intake or basic client onboarding, and this is supposed to save me hours. Check out companies like Synthflow. Get a subscription to ChatGPT. It helps draft scripts and brainstorm faster, especially when clients send less than clear briefs. Can you just make it pop? What does that even mean, Carol?
It doesn't have to mean anything.
None of this replaces creativity. It just clears space for it. So here's my gear and what you actually need. Let's kill the myth right now. You don't need a massive following or a $10,000 rig to start filming paid content. You just need a smart setup and the confidence to hit record. So this is how I got started. The real story. When I first dipped into this world, I was working with my brother-in-law's agency, filming a few early videos in his studio setup. Nice lights, decent mic, real backdrops, pretty nice camera. And after a couple shoots, I remember standing there thinking, wait, I could actually do this myself in my own home. So I took the leap and pulled together a $1,000 budget setup of my own. Not wild spending, not maxing out a credit card, just enough to build a clean, pro-quality look that brands would trust. And while I've upgraded since then, that gear still works and it paid for itself in the first few months. I'm actually still recording on my camera that I have and my lens, as well as the lights that I have here, minus the extra colors. What my $1,000 setup looked like: a Sony a7 III that I already owned from 15 years in video and photo, and a Sigma lens, which I'm using right now. I went on Amazon, found Godox SL60W lights, continuous LED lighting. I got 2 of those, soft boxes to make those nice and flattering, and they were Chinese. A Shure MV7B microphone, clear, warm audio makes a huge difference, and this is really, really budget friendly. A budget teleprompter, I think I bought one online for like $100. It was totally worth it because I did the DIY and I DIY'd trying. A tripod, nothing fancy. I think mine's a K&F Concept, like $89. My studio, a blank wall, a few pieces of found decor, and a desktop made from a PDF countertop sitting on a picnic table. I totally upgraded since then. It's not glamorous, but clean, controlled, and repeatable. And that's the key. So if you have no budget, start with this beginner setup, like $250 to $500. If I didn't already have the camera gear from years in the field, here's what I'd start with. Your smartphone, anything recent, iPhone 12 Plus up, Pixel 6, Samsung S, whatever, you get it. A manual video app like Blackmagic Camera app or the Filmic Pro, or any kind of camera app that opens up your manual settings in your phone. A Boya Lav mic, $15, or even the Rode Lavalier Go, $80 if you really want to up your game. A softbox lighting kit or a ring light, you can find it on Amazon. A solid tripod, UB size, Amazon Basics, doesn't matter as long as it stands up straight and keeps your camera off the floor. A DIY teleprompter, use a tablet, a picture frame, or buy a budget one. Really? But the teleprompter really helps. And free editing software like DaVinci Resolve or CapCut. Throw in a blank wall, a lamp from your living room, and a plant that may or may not be dying, and guess what? You've got a legit setup. So what's the big idea? It's not about what you own, it's about what you can do with what you've got. This is a motto that I live by. Lighting, sound, and framing matter way more than your camera model, and the best part, you can upgrade as you go. But you don't have to wait to start. So if your current studio is your bedroom, your mic is clipped to a hoodie, and your tripod came from a garage sale, and you're sitting in front of your window, you're not behind, you're in the game. Here's my typical client process. Yes, even solo. Onboarding, I send a Notion board with timelines and assets needed. Scripting, I draft in Google Docs using ChatGPT and to collaborate for feedback. Filming, I batch shoot, and I shoot horizontally in 4K so I can pull those vertical cut downs out. Teleprompter or notes if you don't have a teleprompter. I tailor my set and wardrobe to the brand's colors, vibe, and audience. For editing, I reuse templates for intros, graphics, and callouts, so I create them and then they're once set it and done. So for delivery, I use Vimeo Showcase or Frame.io for clean reviews and a nice feedback loop. It's simple, it's repeatable, and it's professional. So how do you land clients with no audience, subscribers, or leads? Start local, start personal. My first gig was my brother-in-law's business. If you don't have that, make demo videos for fake or dream brands, or create some spec ads for the brands that you want to work for. Upload them to Vimeo or YouTube unlisted, and when you pitch, keep it simple. Hey, brand name, I help businesses like yours create consistent, engaging video content. Here's a sample I made. Link. Let me know if you'd like something like this for your brand. There's no need to push a retainer day one. Offer a pilot episode. Build trust first. That's key. You will get ghosted. You will hear no. A lot. The difference? Creators who stick with it build careers. The rest wait on an algorithm that doesn't know their name. You don't need permission. You need to show up clearly, professionally, and consistently. So yeah, I made up a system, more or less, to help you get started with this whole get paid to create YouTube videos for brands thing. It's called Creator Face. I know, it sounds like something a tech startup invented during a brainstorming session over overpriced oat milk bubble tea. It sounds like a tech startup invented during we'll just keep it. The first one was good. Honestly, I didn't know what to call it. I spent way too long trying to come up with something clever or fancy. Then I realized you're a creator, you're the face. That's literally the job. Boom. Creator Face. Not deep, just direct. Like your client email should be. If you're looking for a simple way to package your services, price your work, talk to clients like a pro, and build a workflow that doesn't require 12 apps and a prayer, this free one-pager is your new best friend. Download it below. No fluff, no funnel, just the exact system I wish I had when I started. And hey, if you're sitting here thinking, this feels like Neo discovering the Matrix, but with invoices and lighting setups? Yeah, same thing. Except instead of dodging bullets, you're dodging awkward revision emails that start with, hey, quick change. So the TLDR, look, you don't need 1 million followers or fancy gear to get started. You just need a plan, proof, and a bit of momentum. The Creator Face framework gives you all three. Grab it below, and if you're down for a more hands-on support, I'm building a course and community to help you take it even further. Maybe. So like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you've ever tried filming with a bubble tea in one hand and a camera in the other. It's not recommended, but it does build character. Let's build this together, one oddly satisfying client video at a time. And if you're not sure what that looks like, let me show you. As a creator, I've worn lots of hats. None of them fit, but that hasn't stopped me from pretending I know what I'm talking about. Data scientist, said machine learning 3 times, smiled confidently through words like predictive modeling, still not sure what an API gateway is, but the glasses helped. Holistic wellness coach, talked about gut health with absolutely no gut-based credentials. Mentioned alignment and toxins like I knew where those live. Held tea, always hold tea. Logistics and freight expert. Pointed at a shipping container, used words like efficiency and supply chain visibility. Still not sure what was in that container. Possibly self-doubt. Skincare guru. Rubbed cream on my face slowly, said hydration like it was a luxury vehicle, and pretended to be shocked by before and after results filmed 30 seconds apart. Tech founder. Talked about scale in front of a whiteboard, said disrupt the industry while pointing at a bar graph I drew 5 minutes before filming. Ended with let's build, no one knows what, doesn't matter. All right, team, we need a name that feels bold, iconic, unforgettable, like cinematic energy meets freelancer hustle. Okay, how about Content Verse AI Flow Studio X Pro trademark? Look, guys, I literally just help brands make good YouTube videos. Why don't we call it Creator Face? That's actually kind of fire. That's the story. Creator Face. Not $1 billion name, but $1 billion idea. Hopefully. Download the free one-pager below and let's get your creative career moving, even if your studio is a desk made from a picnic table. Moral of the story, you don't have to be the expert. You just have to look and sound like the expert your client wishes they were. Turns out pretending to know what you're talking about is an actual job. And weirdly, I love it.